got Frank Damiano joining us from Damiano Global. Thank you so much, Frank.
Thank you, Michael. It's a pleasure to be here.
You guys do some interesting stuff. First of all, I love that you've got the Apple Watch on. I'm a tech guy. I'm a gadget guy. I've been on the fence. I said, I'm not getting the first one, but how do you like it?
I love it.
Yeah? What's your favorite feature of it?
Honestly, the ability to control my TV from my wrist.
And the fact that it looks cool. It definitely looks cool.
It's a stylish piece of stainless steel hardware. I'll agree with you on that.
And I love another piece of stylish stainless steel hardware, your booth. You have an Airstream. That is your booth.
I do, yes. We're very proud of that. That's actually my personal mobile office that I use to travel the country and meet with clients.
Wow. It's very, very cool. I want to do one of those eventually for BeTerrific, where we can do live coverage from events just from there.
Oh, well, you should consult with me. We actually took quite a bit of time to put high-speed internet at full video conferencing and voice over IP so that I can communicate with my customers and continue to work while I'm on the road.
Well, we definitely have to do that, and I guess that is what you guys do. You guys connect everybody. You keep the world moving, is that right?
Our primary business is actually control system programming.
Okay.
It's a little boring, but that's not really the unique thing about our company. The unique thing is how we program. So I come from an IT background, and I came into an industry 15 years ago where it was the norm to physically send programmers on site to program. And it makes sense. You know, the best results are achieved when programmers have a direct and on-demand connection to the system they're programming. What I realized over the years was you can accomplish the same thing without the physical presence. There was a way to virtually do it, and that's what our DGNet portal kits are all about. Our DGNet portal kits allow us to virtually deploy a programmer to achieve the same results they would if they were physically there.
Can you show me a little bit how it works?
Great. It comes with a Pelican case here, and it includes a computer, and it includes a nice little Verizon hotspot, and all the accessories you could possibly need to connect to any system that we're being hired to program. And basically, you asked me to bring something cool here, and I thought about it, and I couldn't think of anything cooler than to bring a few members of my team. So I brought them virtually using the DGNet portal kit, and they're connected right now.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey guys, why don't you say hello?
Hello, world. Hello, world.
I like how they do it all at one time, too. We got to get them doing a little harmony or something, you know?
We practice. That's like the 10th take. It's the best you're going to get, Michael.
Take 11. No, I'm just kidding.
They are programmers after all.
Yes. You guys are doing great. Thanks for joining us. So how does it work, though, that they can program virtually? So now I see them in this box in the window. Now we've put this, you know, down by a system, or how does it work? How do you deploy it?
So it first starts with a need. A customer has a system that they need to have programmed. Generally, it's a last-minute kind of affair. And they'll give us a call, and what we'll do is we'll deploy them a FedEx case. And basically, we slap a label on the back of this thing, say, where do you want us to send it? And we send it where there's a need. Some smart hands basically unpack the case, and they connect the tablet to whatever system we're programming. And then the moment that, we call it plug-in simple, the moment they connect the power cord and they turn on the hotspot, it connects back to our servers, we connect in, and they give us a call, and we just work with them as if we were there.
So I see this working in digital signage in two ways. One is being able to program and also be able to kind of troubleshoot the system. That could be a good thing. And number two, you talk about automation, and I think that these experiences will become a lot more immersive in the future and start to include immersion as far as changing lights and maybe shooting air at people and closing blinds and stuff like that, and that's where you guys can come in with programming all that stuff as well.
Absolutely. Anywhere there's a need for Crestron, AMX, Extron, we try to be manufacturer agnostic. If there's a need and it requires someone with some experience and a laptop, we're there to do it.
Now, let's say you have a client that has a really robust system or setup. Can they buy one of these from you or lease it from you so that it's always there? They don't have to keep FedExing it back and forth?
Absolutely. One of the greatest benefits of this is we call it an install portal. So for large projects or for universities, stadiums, wherever there's a constant need for that, that interaction, we can leave one of these behind. And there's a lot of updating and software and hardware refreshes involved, so we don't sell them, but we do rent them.
That's very cool. I like this idea a lot. And I think it's really, really good. I mean, look, Questron system is really cool, but having somebody come out to your house or your office every single time, it's a lot of money in manpower and labor, and being able to do this saves a lot in the long run.
Absolutely. All the manufacturers recognize that programming is the weakest link in the whole chain. I mean, it requires the most experience and the most time, and unfortunately, it can have the most diverse results. So they themselves are working very hard to create tools and processes that mitigate the amount of programming required. So Crestron has System Builder, AMX has RPM, and these are all designed to mitigate the amount of programming, but there's always a space for custom programming, and that can be the hardest thing. And we want to position ourselves to be the go-to company for anybody that requires custom control system programming. And by doing it in this way, we're actually able to provide better service than we ever did physically going to site. This whole adventure started with a way to cut costs, be more efficient, cover more area and a reduced footprint. And the surprising result of it is that I'm providing the best programming service that I ever provided in the 15 years I've been doing this.
It's very impressive. How long did it take to get this all going and set it up?
Wow, it's a great question. I mean, it started with going down to the local Best Buy and buying a cheap laptop to put on a job site. And it's very tempting to do that, but I can tell you that doesn't work out. There's, again, coming from an IT background, there is a lot that goes into setting these up so that they are plug-in simple. So that when you just connect the power cord, the thing will turn on, it'll connect to our servers, and we're instantly connected.
I say that to so many people that, as Americans, we've gotten so used to the push button. You get into a car, you don't even put a key in anymore. You just press start. That's what people need. They need it simple. They need to push one button or plug in one cable. They're doing 25 other things. They can't be bogged down with details or how this does or instructions. They just need it that way. So I like that idea a lot. And obviously it took you a while to get there, but I think it's good. And I'm glad that you explained why it couldn't just be a laptop, by the way. What are the guys' names that we're looking at? So this gentleman is?
We got Eric there, and it looks like this is Chris, and it looks like we got Jared there.
And do you do this are you guys always all on together, or do you bring people in as you need them?
Thank you for asking that. It's a constant challenge. I have a virtual company, and again, it started to cut costs, but I got to tell you, once people get used to working that way, we are actually collaborate more together on a daily basis than we ever would if we worked in an office. All of us are a button click away from being on each other's desktop. We all have high speed, wide bandwidth, voice over IP phones on our desk, and we're all able to collaborate. You have to be forced into using these tools, because everyone's used to being in an office and being able to walk up to someone's desk. But when you have to do it this way, there's a little bit of a learning curve, but once our guys get comfortable with these tools and processes, we collaborate better than we ever could in an office. Because looking over someone's shoulder at their computer is nothing like being able to just connect from the comfort of your Herman Miller chair.
That's for sure. Herman Millers are definitely very comfortable. Maybe the most comfortable, at least in my mind. Not cheap either, but maybe the money you save you can spend on a Herman Miller.
I'm not buying your Herman Miller chairs, guys. That's just for me.
How do you guys like, Eric, how do you like doing this? How do you like working this way? Do you agree that the collaboration is just that much better?
Well, I have much more access to the documentation that I would need when I have my office set up than I would when I'm on site.
And do you have maybe a little bit better quality of life even because you're not always on a plane and traveling so much and in a hotel room that you look at your key and go, wait, why did I get off on this floor? What room am I in again?
Well, certainly. Being able to have my workspace set up and my workspace is constantly available to me makes a big difference, because if I go on site, I have to recreate my workspace instead of having it already done for me.
I always say before this, obviously, the rock star lifestyle without the money and fame.
Oh, I'm all about positive energy, I'm all about synergy, and I'm all about the world the way it really is and not the way I want it to be. I could try to fit my customers in a box and make them fill out forms and sign contracts like some of our competitors do, but the reality is that this is a tough business. It's very technical. Mistakes happen, changes need to be made, and I have a process that allows us to just ride with all of that and provide the best service we ever did.
Paul Dixon is watching in London, England, and he wants to know if this can be deployed for, and if you can deploy it for other sorts of customer service and technological needs for other companies, and if other kinds of teams would want to use it. Like, for instance, he wants to know if guys who collaborate on building websites or doing all sorts of different apps but are in different parts of the world can use this kind of technology to collaborate.
In a nutshell, yes. Absolutely anything that involves people with experience, know-how, and a computer, they don't need to physically travel anywhere. The world the way it is now, a shout out to Verizon. We couldn't do this without Verizon Wi-Fi and all the great technology that they provide. It allows us to work collaboratively in a way we ever could, and it improves the quality of our life. So anywhere where people are doing technical projects, where they have to get together and collaborate, it surprised me as much as anybody else. You actually end up doing a better job.
I can't argue that. I mean, collaboration is the most important thing, and that's part of what the epitome of InfoComm is creating collaboration and bringing people together and having time for people to meet and talk and learn and educate and train, and that fosters innovation. And so I couldn't agree more. Jani is in Finland, and he's watching, and he wanted to know, you said Questron, you talked about some other automation stuff. Is there anything you guys don't do with this kind of technical stuff, or could you, if you had a customer who said, you know, we really have a Questron system, but we also have these 4 other IT needs, can you help them with those things too, or you stay kind of in that space?
Right now, we do AMX, Crestron, and Extron control system programming in just about every audio DSP system available. That's where we're starting out. We have 5 staff programmers on staff now, but I have developed a process that's scalable and repeatable, and I want to ramp this up to 50 programmers in the next few years. So the only way I'm going to do that is leveraging the tools and processes I've developed to bring it into other markets and business spaces that require the same kind of thing. And there are plenty out there, and the ones that were referenced are a great place to start.
You talk about having this and being able to be anywhere and all that stuff. You've got the Airstream, you travel a lot. Why do you travel so much? Do you have to go meet people to pitch them this? Is that what it is? You're kind of the front man, you're the sales guy? Because I feel like it's almost like a Honda. It should be selling itself.
And someday it will, Michael. Someday it will. But nothing beats a good relationship.
That is true.
And all our existing customers are customers that I have personally developed relationships over the years. And the Airstream trailer gives us the opportunity to physically market to people in a very unique way to supplement the virtual presence nature of the services that we provide.
It definitely does, and it's very cool, and I think it's very portable. You could bring this anywhere. I like it. Thank you very much for joining us. I see this being great for the digital signage space, for automation, for all sorts of other applications as well. Frank, it's great to meet you. Damiano Global, what's the website?
It's www.damianoglobal.com.
Thank you so much for joining us. That is Frank. What an interesting company, a great idea, a very innovative idea. Glad to have it here at InfoComm, and it obviously fits well into the digital signage landscape and a whole lot more. We'll be back with a whole lot more ourselves with your live continuing coverage from InfoComm 2015's Digital Signage Pavilion on the digital signage stage in the Orange County Convention Center, Orlando, Florida. This is your live continuing official coverage on BeTerrific. I'm Michael Artsis. You're the Terrifics. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after this.